Back here at Mira Mesa for the Scratch Division title match of the Southern California Invitational Tournament. Look, Ma, no thumbs. Kyle Duster and Marquand Rivers going at it here, two of our premier two-handed bowlers. A couple good storylines here we'll talk about. It's triple elimination match play. Both bowlers have 2 losses, so this is it. Winner wins $1,000. Runner-up still wins 500, so not bad here. Marquand can cut the lead to 10. He can strike here on the long pattern, and he cannot as the half 10 stands. Two different patterns. Left-hand lanes had a very long pattern. Right-hand lanes had a very short pattern. So a real good test of bowlers' versatility and patience and skill, as it should be for a JBT major. Marquand stays two-handed, switches to plastic for the spare, and off into the moat it goes, and a big early deficit for Rivers. If Rivers loses this, he'll be so happy to play fellow Grumpy Puss Solomon in the U17 match. Duster beats Salama to get here, and now is one more win away from a much sought after title. He's trying to backdoor his way into TPC on very few events. If you don't participate a whole ton, as Kyle doesn't, you've got to have great results to get into TPC. Obviously a triple points invitational win is about as great as it gets. Begging for that ball to hold on in the short pattern. That's right in the flat and grip zone. I bet you he's perfectly happy to get just a 4-7 on that one. His break point should be good further couple boards right on that one. I don't know what the 14 is representative of. We'll have to ask him at some point, because it's not title count, because he's already won 17 of them in an excellent JBT career. Taking pictures of handicap winner over to the right. Gotta get that out of his eye. Elects to hook at the 4-7 and not even close. I tell you what, if Duster does win this tournament, it will, I think, be amazing to both of us, because as devastating as his strike ball is in, his spare shooting has been absolutely suspect. 2 mismakeables in the last match, and he was able to overcome it with strikes. Another complete whiff there. And we were talking about this about an hour ago, how he wasn't feeling very good on his spares. And yikes. So what he's doing here is he's playing in front of the ball return on the right-hand lane. So he's pretending there's a ball return to play in front of on the left-hand lane. That's so he can do the same footwork on both lanes. Rather than 1 step on lane 8 and do a full 5 step on lane 7, he's doing a 1 step on both lanes. I like it. Other people do it the other way. Whatever works best for you. And right now he's trying to mentally shake off that real bad mistake. And I was just laughing it off with Solomon. He says, "Oh jeez, another open." Meanwhile, the man they call Q has got to take advantage of that miscue. See what I did there? From Duster, and he does. Marquand is excellent for a two-handed bowler on short patterns. Sometimes that can be a struggle for them. He's very, very good at it. Hey, what's up? Oh no. Yeah, you don't. Yeah, you don't have to explain it to me. That's another. Unfortunately, it's happened a lot. You get not diet dew, but regular dew. Get anything syrupy, chocolatey from if you got the vending machine. Force him to eat it, and if he's not awake enough to call Carol, his fiance, you got to call 911. That's the procedure. Keep me posted. Rivers unfortunately unable to convert that into a double, and Kyle should take notes on the 4.7 because that's how you make it. I don't know if Kyle's in his senior season or has one more year left, but Marquand's got a bunch of years left. I think he's only 15. Definitely one of the players to watch for the next half decade or so on tour here. 2 JBT titles, both of them this season. Duster the 17 that we had mentioned. Better shot. Real good shot. So while Marquand's using a fairly unaggressive ball on the short pattern and playing pretty right, what we would call conventional on short pattern strategies, Duster going the other route and using a really aggressive ball and deciding to do the around the world shot. Either way, you got to get that break point way out there to get the right angle, or else you flat 10 when you throw it pretty good, and that's just what happened to him right there. Right, Brian Lee? Right. One-handed at the 10 pin. That might be something he wants to look into. Yes. As sarcastic a yes as you're ever gonna see. I know a lot of two-handers shoot all their spares two-handed, but I mean, Kyle is a former one-hander. He knows very much how to bowl one-handed, and if the lanes are tough, boy, you increase your margin for error shooting those spares straight. He's a better spare shooter than this, but he wants to be tour level spare shooting good. And you will get eaten alive on tour if you throw the ball like that. A lot of power. That was wide on the long lane. But when two-handed stank on that brought that feel off that spot. So after all is said here, Rivers trails by 16.
Perfect on the right.
That's right, and has not missed on the short pattern yet. Fifth of 5 invitationals, another dramatic, exciting, and lucrative invitational season. Gave out well over $25,000 in these 5 invites. Well over $30,000 on the 5 weekends. Kiss of death there from Ryan and me is he had looked great on that lane, and that was just a plumb old bad shot. No way around it. Left the whole way. Can't help but grab. So here's a spot where he whiffed the 10 earlier, and if you just barely adjust off of a missed 10 pin to the right, you've got a good shot of making a 6-7. Now he's going to give this a run. He needs to give this a run. A lot of speed. No, instead, El Drinko. 112 through 7 now, and the lead balloons to 32. And Duster's got a strike working as well. 202 max, and it is hard to go back 5. Run 2 patterns. Duster can just pace for 04. Looking good. Yeah. These guys perfectionists, but I tell you what, it is hard when your break point is about the 4 board on the right lane and the 6th arrow without any break point, just doing a fallback on the left-hand lane. Now he needs Kyle to open again, and, well, he's proven himself more than capable of doing that. So, it's not over till the final score is written in.
Not over yet.
Duster has a chance to outstrike his mistakes. He didn't even need to outstrike his mistakes. He goes spare out, which would be ironic for Kyle, but if he can pull it off, it's plenty. Yep. Wow!
Wow.
That was left at the target, left at the break, and as flush as it could possibly be at the 1-3, and the 4-pin evaporated. I don't understand solid 7s. I don't understand how all those pins can miss that 7. The 2 goes over the top of the 7, literally over the top. I don't know what happens to the 4 in a hit like that. Yikes. Well, he missed the 4-pin by the 4-7 by an arrow and a half. Does he one-hand this 7-pin? And I believe he does. Down the left side. Hey, look at that! Well, amen to that. And he's going to slow things down with the re-rack, which we'll joke about, but it's a smart move. If we're offering the re-racks, take them, get your heart rate back down, reset everything. These are important shots. Let alone that they're $500 shots. Kyle wants titles and he wants points. 310 points if you win the invite today, 250 points for second. And those 60 could make a difference. I don't really know much more than that about where his math is, but he said he's got to get everything he can. So the one-step approach is really a very tiny step, 3.5 step approach. It's going to start the ball in motion first, and then those little quick steps. Oh man! Oh baby! Right a target on, left the target on the dry lane. He gets away with a solid 7. That ball was screaming big 4 the entire time, and he only leaves the big 2, or the little 2, I guess. And lo and behold, another 4-7 to shoot at. On the long pattern, though. Does he think about hooking it? It looks like he's going to one-hand it. But if you shoot these one-handed spares down the left side on the slick lane, you can easily whiff this right. All over it, though. That looks so natural. Why would... I don't know what his percentages are, but I don't care if it's on house. You do that all the time. It looks so easy. By no means is this match over. Q can strike with the best of them, but he's going to absolutely have to do it here in the 9th, 10th, and 11th. And a good count on the fill ball would be vital, too. He can still make Duster mark. Well, hit what's been your good lane most of this match here. Step 1. Oh. Game, set, match. Well, Rivers tells his own story there. He's disappointed with the shot making. I'd like to be disappointed to win $500 in a junior tournament. Doesn't matter there on that one. So he'll take half a grand and a whole bunch of points home. And he'll have a chance to add 200 to it here too in the next game. So he can still win $700 today. That's what happened to Tyler Coates last week up in Washington. Yep. Just not happening on this pair for him. I don't care if Marquand wins or finishes dead last. I care that he's still standing up and not cramping right now. We still got one more game to get through him. The mustard is ready and waiting, as he's just getting out of the way right now. For one more game, he must not mustard off here. All right, now he's a disappointed competitor. I don't know if Kyle's got a major. I'm sure he'll tell us. He's got 18 wins, though. And he gets some victory lap on the webcast. That's a better shot. Now, still a half ton. Well, let's talk about Kyle Duster here. About 31 hours ago, this guy was plus 60 for 3, about 50 pins out of the cut, and ready to go to the beach and give up on the entire weekend. Am I exaggerating in any way, shape, or form?
What was my quote, though?
Remind me.
If I get to 100 over,
Oh, that's right.
I
Yes.
deserve to go home anyway.
Yes, he did get to exactly 100 over. He did not miss the cut, and he did not get his third loss today. Wah, I'm going to the beach. Wah, the scores are too high. Wah, I drove 6 hours to bowl in a house shot. Wah. Wah. Wah, I suddenly learned to throw the ball straight at my corner pins.
I think my sister's about to die.
You can scream all you want, he won. Let it fly, Lindsay, he's a winner. In all seriousness, a gritty performance from Duster. Any invitational win is an absolute grind fest. Congratulations to him. And for his brutal loss, Marquand gets to bowl some more. Yay! U17 title match coming up next.